Guys, I'm ecstatic. I'm levitating. Yeah, let's not downplay what we've just done. I don't want to go over the top, but I've got to say, I would say Liverpool were the most informed team in world football at the moment. They were unbeaten in the league until they come up against us today. They've been cleaning up in the Champions League quite easily. Salah's been on fire, probably the best player in world football. And the performance of our team and our players and our manager has been exceptional. Do you know what I mean? Like, just analysing the game. Obviously, we've gone one up in innocuous circumstances, but interesting enough, Fornals hasn't put a corner in all season, but I love an in-swinger, and he's swung a couple of in-swingers in, and it's a goal. Yeah, Ogbonna's there putting the goalie off, but he just punched it into his own net. So, you know, it is what it is. Right, I'm celebrating with some whiskey and coke. Yeah, so I run out of beers, I'm having a whiskey. And after that, in the second half, in the first half, after we scored, I don't think we played particularly well. Obviously, you can say we defended quite well, but it was the old, the old thing of scoring against a big club a bit too soon and sitting back and clinging on. And as a result, our players couldn't get a foot on the ball. I didn't think Rice hardly touched it. Souček, our midfield was non-existent because they was just attacking us and we was trying to defend. I think the best thing for our performance in our game was them scoring the equaliser before half-time, because then that made us think, do you know what, we can't just sit on and cling on to 1-0. We've got to go out and attack them, which we did. And the first half hour of the second half, by far the better team. More possession, I would suggest. More chances, a threat on the attack. Rice started putting his foot in and running the game, you know. But, and then the second goal, what a beauty. I must admit, again, you know, there's certain players of ours didn't have their best game. But what they did, like Bowen, I didn't think Bowen had a good game. I think he gave it away quite a lot. But what he done is he worked his socks off, and there's little moments that are important in the game. And that second goal, I mean, his run and assist, he put it through for Fornals, who had a cold heart. That's what we needed. Put it in the back of the net. Fornals, in my opinion, our best player. By far our best player on the pitch. He didn't stop running. When he got the ball, he used it intelligently. He scored a goal. His corners, I thought he was fantastic. A special mention also, I think, to Craig Dawson, who I thought was pretty amazing coming on. And I've got no problem with, you know, being totally honest, if Ogbonna's out injured, I don't want anyone to be out injured. I feel for him, but I think Dawson is just as good, yeah? So, obviously, we've then got the second goal. The third goal, I mean, I think that was Bowen with the delivery. I mean, Cresswell's our best corner taker, best set-piece delivery. He weren't even on it, you know? Bowen's whacked it in. Zuma's got up. Bosh, 3-1, but I wasn't getting too excited because, you know, well, don't get me wrong, I was screaming, shouting down the house, but you knew Liverpool were going to come back into it. There was time still to go, and I thought, don't start now, especially when Origi's pinged one in. You got to say it's a good goal, but, you know, Moyes got the subs right. He changed the shape. Masuaku left wing back. Kufau on the right. Ben Johnson again, I thought was absolutely excellent. That lad's getting better every game. And on reflection of the whole game, listen, you've beaten a side like Liverpool at home. You can't knock any of our players. It was a great performance. Sounded like a great atmosphere. I wish I was there. You know, Mane, when he had that little header in the last minute, I thought, don't break my heart. Don't do it to me. But I think Lady Luck was on our side, and deservedly so, because I think our players worked their socks off. We deserved the win. I'm so pleased for Moyes, and There's no free hits. We're a big side, and let's keep going. So that's all I've got to say. I'm so happy right now. I might even go to the pub and have a couple of pints. Come on, you Irons. Yes!
Evening all, Steve 50 here. Just waiting to pick my son up, who's gone to the match this evening. So I'm sat in my car. He's about 5-10 minutes away. So just a quick review on the game. Gatesy normally likes a sober, considered approach. Can't do that tonight. Yes! What a win! What a team! Oh, it was superb. I am over the moon. I said we lose 2-0, and I've been wrong time and time again, and we did it. We beat Liverpool 3-2. We're up to third in the league, level on points with City. Mo Salah didn't get a sniff. But I think the most satisfying thing at the end was watching Jurgen Klopp be really miserable and really picky about the first goal and insisting Cresswell should have been sent off. Now, I think that, to be fair, I think there are grounds Cresswell should have been sent off, but he wasn't, and that's football. We've seen bad fouls on our players. They've not gone. What a game, though. You know, okay, we go one up. Personally, I think Alisson was our man of the match. He was awful today, wasn't he? Which helped greatly. But we've gone one up, and then we've just sat back. And I get that. I really do. We're one up. We're beating Liverpool. And the foul we gave away for their equaliser, I mean, it looked to me like Salah had been taking lessons with Tom Daly. It was atrocious. But there we have it. 1-1. Great free kick. Fabianski, not a chance. Second half came out different side. We actually had a go at them, which is what everybody wanted. I mean, I remember Gatesy in his build-up saying, you know, as long as we have a go at them, I'll be happy. Well, not only have we had a go at arguably the best team in Europe, but we've beaten them. Fornals' the second goal by Fornals was again a thing of beauty, but Alisson should have stopped it. But frankly, who cares? Alisson had a lousy game. I couldn't care less. I'm delighted he did. And Kurt Zuma's goal, we are good from set pieces regardless of how you look at it, and he did really, really well. I was delighted for him. That team, in my 50 years of supporting West Ham, are the best team I've seen. Haven't necessarily got the best individuals. I mean, I remember Trevor Brooking playing, and he was just elegant, and Alan Devonshire. And I've been lucky enough to see West Ham win 2 trophies and get to a European final. I'm actually having to start to think it could happen again. There've been so many poor years where we've scrapped, we've struggled, we've had 1 or 2 good players. We've had Julian Dix, for instance, who was a great player, but this is something different. And after all these years, I'm just waiting for the wheels to fall off, but they don't seem to be. We seem to be going, we seem to be performing well. We seem to be a side that are a really tough nut to crack. Those players ran so hard today. Syed Benrahma, who historically you could have classed as a luxury player, boy did he put a shift in today. He didn't stop. I don't think it was Antonio's best game, but it doesn't matter. The rest stood up and played well. But there was all the worry about Mo Salah at the start. we kept him under control. Liverpool were unbeaten for 25 games. They're not unbeaten after 26, and it's us that did it. So all I've got to say at the end is, come on you Irons, keep it going. You're making us all very proud. Well done, lads.
Irons! Bolton Irons. So, I'm Colin.
West Ham fan. I'm Dom, Charlton fan,
Neutral.
but neutral today.
Yeah.
We're going to give you our view of the game today at West Ham versus Liverpool. So, Colin, tell me how you think the first half went.
Well, we scored early, too early, I think. When you score early against a good team, automatically you're going to defend. And I think that is what happened, and then we let them back into the game. Soft free kick for their goal.
I think it was quite soft. I said to Colin, if West Ham are going to score today, you've got to get the set pieces in, because they are deadly with set pieces. And to be fair, they came out the blocks quite quick, and I thought, this is it. You know, West Ham took the game by the scruff of the neck. But the referee in the first half was just
terrible.
Every time they went down, it was a Liverpool free kick.
I think that's the thing about a mid-table team trying to be good, and a team that has won things,
competing with a top 4 team. The referees
they will always win.
They're always going to give it. They gave it too much.
Try for the things that you're not experienced enough to win.
Their first half tactic was to knock it up to Salah go down, we'll get a free kick from that. And to be honest, it was a little bit, you know, undermining the game. Referee fell for it, and they played on that. And just before half time, they scored an equaliser. And I don't think it was deserved by Liverpool. But
I think they played for it, and they won it. And then
they played a game, they won it.
Yeah.
And at 1-1. The first half, we were as close to the away fans as you could get. We were right next to them, and when we scored that first goal, they were spitting at us. And I said, disgraceful. Any Liverpool fans watch this, you're a disgrace to your little city.
Spitting
in the COVID times, you're a disgrace. All right, and I'm going to call you out on it. So we went for a beer at half time, had a little chat. And we were saying the set piece is probably our best chance of getting back into the game.
That's the key. That is the key.
But second half, Fornells.
Yeah, Pablo Fornells has got to be our most improved player over the last couple of seasons. I mean, he's beefed up, he's stronger now.
He was looking lively.
He looked like the slowest finish in the world, didn't he? He bobbled over the line. Where we were.
What we can't forget is before 2-1, there was a great opportunity by Mikel Antonio, and he just didn't grab the ball. He looked like he left the ball behind his feet. He wanted to score, but he just forgot how to do it.
He went back to classic Antonio.
You said that during the game. Classic Antonio. It's a little bit out of character, but I think it made him a little bit more determined to try and get West Ham the win.
Yeah.
Anyways, Fornells slotted home what seemed like.
Yeah.
It was.
But then you always fall. If we got a corner or a set piece, you might get something from it.
But
then
Zuma's not scored for West Ham yet. Is this his first West Ham goal?
Yeah.
First West Ham goal.
But he is. Honestly, he's a beast in the air.
I thought
everything.
him and Johnson.
When Albon went off,
yeah,
I was worried. But Dawson, got to give him credit. Johnson, I've got to give this man the most credit in the world, because he's 21 years old. He's playing Liverpool at home, and
Dawson and Johnson defence tonight was class.
Yeah.
So Liverpool were knocking the ball about. You know, their passing was fantastic. At the end of the day, the defence did not allow them to get through.
You can let them in down the wings, because they ain't going to cross it. They're just going to try and pass it into the box. So you got people who can cut it out. Declan Rice, Souček, I thought he was good today. Needs a good game. Declan Rice, always good.
All round,
He's probably what Liverpool need, really.
all round. Ben Rama had a good game, I thought, today.
Yeah.
He was strong, came off 70, 80 minutes. But it's an unbelievable win by a fantastic Moyes West Ham team. As a neutral, I enjoyed the game. I hated the Scousers today. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I won't let that detract from the West Ham defence.
West Ham are massive.
Everywhere they go, West Ham are massive. Everywhere they go,
Everywhere.
Forging Iron.